Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be talking to you about our caged shapes. Specifically, how can we play our chords which we know already from our open positions in different places on the guitar neck. And what I'm doing here is I'm playing 5 different versions of the same chord. So the chord that I was just playing, a C major chord, you've probably learnt this one already. We can play it in different positions. So we've got a C major chord, C major chord, C major chord, C major chord, and then another C major chord. Now these are our caged shapes. Now that word, caged, C-A-G-E-D, it's all to do with the open chords, C, A, G, E, and then D. So how do we play those open chords further up the neck? Well, what we do is we use a little technique called finger shifting. Okay, let's start with a C chord. If I play a C chord with my fingers here, that's like normal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to still play exactly the same chord, but I want my first finger to be hanging off. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone from here, and now my fingers are the same, but my first finger's hanging off. I hope that makes sense. I'm shifting which fingers I'm using by 1. Now what I can do, I can move my fingers up and put in a bar. Now what we've done there is we've created a movable shape from our open chord. So as an example, if I play the C chord again, move it up by 1, put the bar on. Now this chord is C sharp because the root note here on the little finger is now C sharp. Now if I was to keep moving up, we have a D chord, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and then G, and so on. This is the technique that we're going to be using. So that's the C shape. The A shape, exactly the same. We play an open A chord. Now what we can do, swap our fingers round so that our first finger is hanging off. Move your 3 fingers up and put your first finger as a bar. Remember, on the A chord, we strum from the A string. So now we have a movable A shape. We'd have A sharp, B, C, C sharp, and then D, and so on. Let's do the G shape. The G shape is exactly the same. Put your fingers like this. Organize your fingers so that your first finger is hanging off. So we've got our first finger ready. Move up the chord and put a bar now on the first fret. This is a bit of a stretch, but give it a go. Now what we have is a G sharp chord. The E shape is our classic bar chord, which you've probably done before. If you play an open E chord, swap your fingers around. Now you've got your first finger ready. Move it up and then put your first finger as a bar. And then we have an F chord here. So it goes E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, and so on. The D shape, exactly the same, guys. Come on. We've got a D chord here. Swap it round so your first finger is hanging off. And what you're going to do, move it up by 1, and we're going to bar on the first fret. Now, the D chord only plays from the D string, so you don't have to bar all the strings. You can do if you want, but you don't have to. You can just press on the D string. And now what we have is a D sharp chord. D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and G. So what's the best way to practice this? I think choose a chord like C major and try and play all of the shapes in order. Now I have a little tip for you. If you play the C in the open position and then this C chord in the 3rd fret, what we have is the root note which connects them. Ready? So we've got a C chord here, and then connecting to the C shape is the A shape. It's a really easy way to get those first 2. The next one is going to be our G shape. Now, I like to think of this bar in the A shape as being the bar in the G shape. Now, the root note for here is on the 8th fret. Connected to the 8th fret on the G shape is the E shape. And then coming off the little finger in that same shape, that's the root note for the D shape. So try and do this. Remember, you can slow down the video and pause and get the positions just right, but this is a great practice routine and one which I want you to do. Here we go. C, A, G, E, D. And this is the practice routine which I would like you to do. C, A, G, E, and then D. Give that a go. I really hope this video has been useful for you. Please do like and subscribe and leave a comment if you found anything tricky or hard. Let me know how you're getting on with the videos. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day.